Olá pessoal, bem-vindos ao Enigmas. Você está entrando em um programa onde o normal é ser diferente.
O normal é ser paranormal. Tudo bem com vocês? E nós estamos aqui num momento muito interessante e muito marcante. Nós estamos aqui com um pesquisador da área arqueológica, renomadíssimo, e ufológica. Ele é conhecido mundialmente pelo seu autor, né? Ele é autor do best-seller Eram os Deuses Astronautas, entre outros, porque hoje ele trouxe vários livros aqui. E nós vamos entrevistá-lo, não é, Cris?
Estamos aqui com o magnífico, com o agente transformador da sociedade, ERICK VON DANIKEN, e com Maria Pereira. Tudo bem, ERICK?
Thank you, I have understood. Yes.
Maria, tudo bem? Bem-vindas. A Maria hoje, pessoal, vai ser nossa tradutora e nós queremos fazer mais do que um programa, né, Maria? Bem, a primeira pergunta é para o ERICK. Sendo os deuses astronautas, quando que eles voltam para cá?
Considering the gods, astronauts, or
In the past, they were here at least 3 times. The last time, about 3000 BC. We don't know when it was the first time. When they left, they promised they will return to Earth. And this you can prove very easily. You know, when Francisco Pizarro, he first came to Peru, the natives believed that he was the long-awaited God, so they fell down on their knee. The same thing happened with Hernando Cortés and Moctezuma, or with James Cook in the South Sea. He was the first who found Hawaii. The natives believed he's the long-awaited God. They all fell down on their knee. So this idea that someone returns is not the Christian invention. It exists long before Christianity. And what do we have today? I am educated as a Christian. We Christians believe that Jesus will return. But the Muslimish society will believe that their Mahdi will return. As we know, every Buddhist believes that Buddha will return. We know the Jewish community is certain that Messiah will return. Now, to be honest, not every religion can have right. Some of them must be wrong, but I'm afraid they are all wrong. Neither Jesus, nor Buddha, nor Mahdi, nor Messiah will return. Simply extraterrestrials. And I think they are here right now. They have returned, they observe us.
Você acredita que a Terra esteve em uma quarentena que acabou em 2012? E tal qual os maias disseram?
Yes, I believe so too.
Esse será um novo tempo, uma nova era para a humanidade?
That's what I see like this. By the way, you know, the Maya, I know the Maya writings very well. Only 3 handwritings of the Mayas have left. All the rest was destroyed completely. And from these 3 languages, one we cannot understand, the second not either, only the one in Dresden in Germany, which is called the Dresden Codex, we can read because it concerns the dates, etc. Now every culture has a calendar, and every calendar has a starting date. And the starting date for the culture is always very, very important. We Christians, we have a Christian calendar, and we started because of the birth of Jesus Christ. The Muslim society has another calendar, and they started because Muhammad, the prophet, went to Medina, etc. Now, the question is, why did the Maya start their calendar? The starting of the calendar of the Maya is August 11th, 3114 BC. Why? In one of the Maya handwritings, the so-called Chilam Balam book, number 5, you can read it. The reason for the Maya calendar was the gods have descended. The gods have come here, so the situation is clear.
Eu tenho uma pergunta de algo que foi falado hoje aqui, que é sobre a questão de Fátima em Portugal, porque as pessoas falam muito disso e a igreja esconde a verdade, não é?
I mean, I'm educated as a Catholic, and I know that the Mother Mary is the highest female in sky, in heaven. The Mother Mary, according to Catholic religion, she went with her body up to heaven. Now she knows what she does. And she has given a message to this young girl, Jacinta, and told him the message should be published by the Pope in the year 1960. And the Pope opened the message and read it and said, I cannot publish it. It would create a panic. Why? The message is from the Mother Mary. Why should there be a panic? She knows what she does. So I don't understand the situation. Then some rumor came up. Journalists were thinking maybe the message of Fatima has to do with the next World War, the Third World War, the destruction of the world. So they went to the Bishop of Leira in Portugal and asked him, has it to do with the destruction of the world? And the bishop said, no, it has nothing to do with the destruction. It only contains our faith. So what? Mary, the Holy Mother of Jesus, knows what she does. But on the planet Earth, they don't publish it, sir.
Padre Crespi e sua biblioteca de metal, o que era, né? E o que aconteceu com ele exatamente?
I was in Cuenca, in Ecuador, with Father Crespi at least 3 times. And I have made more than 500 pictures of Father Crespi's objects. Some of the Crespi's objects are simple metal, normal metal, but some of them were really partly gold. You know, the surface was made out of gold, not the whole object. Father Crespi showed me many, many objects, and he said, this is gold, but in reality, he means not the whole object is gold, just the outside is gold. So, and the Inca had perfect specialists for this method to make gold of it. So Father Crespi died, and I heard, I don't know if it's sure or not, I heard that some of his objects are again at the Banco Nacional, the Ecuador. I really don't know. Yeah. I don't know what is true. But I have made more than 400 pictures. And I was very impressed with the father. He was a brilliant man, had a good brain, but normal archaeologists did not believe him.
O fato dos ETs desativarem bases é possível? Como hoje você falou nesta apresentação, significa que eles podem ser nossos protetores? Porque foi visto, foi mostrado, né? Então nós gostaríamos de saber se foi desativado mesmo essas bases.
They are definitely protecting us. And I think even out in the universe, there are maybe not only good extraterrestrials, maybe there are bad extraterrestrials. Among the humans, we have good people and bad people. And those extraterrestrials who have created us, they protect us against the bad extraterrestrials. They also protect us against a world war. They have demonstrated that they could destroy our rockets anytime, but they never did it. They just demonstrated we can do it this way. So I really think we are under protection of a group of extraterrestrials.
Existem indicações de onde são os extraterrestres e de onde vieram e para que vieram na realidade?
What it means is,
in antiquity, and this is my speciality, ETs and humans often come together. The ETs know the language of it. And the humans have asked them, where do you come from? None of the extraterrestrials ever said, we come from another continent, for example. None of them said, we come from Atlantis. They all pointed to the sky, and they all say we come from there. And they give us names of their planets, but the names mean nothing to us. You know, somebody said, well, what is your planet? It's Billy Bully Baba. What is Billy Bully Baba? We have no idea. We have names of the planet, especially in the Hindu literature, but it doesn't help us.
Eu tenho aqui várias perguntas, mas a gente tem dúvidas sobre elas. Mas é importante. Hoje, dentro dos nossos centros espíritas, espiritualistas, dizem que tem manifestações de incorporações de ETs. Eu quero muito sua opinião sobre isso.
I don't believe this, and I don't believe to all these people who say they receive message from extraterrestrials, because all these people who say they have contact, each and everyone tells me something different. My extraterrestrials said that. I think it's all illusion. It's all in the brain of the people. It's not reality.
Paul Heiler, ele está revelando sobre a presença extraterrestre por conta própria ou os militares querem que ele faça isso?
I think it's both. He really wants it, and he wants to prepare the humans. You know, there are fantastic science fiction movies around there, real science fiction. For example, Roland Emmerich, who wrote the movie Stargate, and I had him on the phone, and I asked, why are you doing this? He said, to prepare mankind. And myself, the same thing. I am 82 years old. Why I am doing this? Why I am going on stage internationally? Because I want that our society start to rethink these things. And you never have to believe me. Don't make a religion, a sect out of it. That's all garbage. I simply want, we have old texts. We have translated in the past these old texts in yesterday's way, which is normal. It was never a conspiracy. Our grandfathers were brilliant people, brilliant scientists, but they were living in another time. So when they found an old text where a human was taken up there, so they had to translate, he was taken to heaven. Now it's a new time. We know heaven is not heaven. Heaven was maybe a model spaceship or something in space. So we have new possibilities to translate all this. I am very, very positive that our society, the kids, your kids, is the first society who will get in direct contact with extraterrestrials. But to be prepared for this, we don't have to be afraid anymore. If today extraterrestrials would show up before the big public, I am afraid that the religious leaders would tell their people, these are evil, these are devils, these are bad. So we have to be prepared that they cannot do this anymore.
Eric, existe algum protocolo para o contato? Os governos estão preparando esse protocolo para o contato?
I think yes, but I have no proofs for this. I think we know in the meantime a lot. I mean, you just mentioned Paul Hellyer. Paul Hellyer was the defense minister of Canada. He knows what he's talking. Also, he's an old man, and he said in an interview that he has tried to go to public with all these things, but the government didn't want that. They want to be, no, we don't go to public. So I think there must be protocols between humans and extraterrestrials, but the public doesn't know it. So I have no proof for this.
Na sua opinião, estamos preparados para um contato com os extraterrestres?
Definitely. You know, there is a hypothesis which is called the zoo hypothesis. It comes from an American professor. His name was James Theodore. And he said, we have to look to our planet like a zoological garden, a zoo. Now in the zoological garden you have different animals and you have guardians. Now both parts, the guardians and the visitors have to keep some roles. For example, the visitors are not allowed to steal birds. The visitors are not allowed to feed a crocodile with living dogs, etc. And the guardians, they look that the zoological garden is not destroyed. Now the guardians realize after some thousands of years that one of the species, us, Homo sapiens sapiens, is going a little faster and faster. We develop culture, we develop music, we develop science, we develop even a little space travel. We can go to the moon. So the guardians ask themselves, should we allow these humans to go farther out, or should we stop them? And they say they will allow us to do what we want, but only on the one condition, if mankind has understood and learned that mankind is not alone. Imagine, in maybe 5 or 10 years, we will send a few men to Mars. They are in a little spaceship, it's ridiculous, and they all have a camera. And on the flight to Mars, they will film a strange spaceship. They will film it, and they will send these pictures back to Earth. And man will see a spacecraft out there. Man gets into panic. So first we have to learn, we are not alone. There are other societies out there, and they are not evil. They will not destroy us. They will not kill us. They are helpful. They will help us. It will be good for our system, our politics. We are a planet of humans which is full of lies in all kind of way. And it will be good if we have contact from the extraterrestrials. It is not my belief that extraterrestrials, for example, they will clean our planet. We are the one who made the dirt. We have to cleaning up the dirt. But we can ask them, in your own evolution, you had similar problems. How was the solution then? Can you tell us your solution? And we have to do it. They will not help us like gods or so. But the contact is...
It's our job.
Yeah, it's our job.
Perfect.
O terceiro segredo de Fátima, Eric, tão falado e tão escondido pela Igreja Católica, talvez não fosse a queda das igrejas, da religião?
I don't think so. You see, I think, because of my research, in Fatima, it was not Mother Jesus, Mother Mary who showed up. It was extraterrestrials. But then you still can have in your religion the belief on Mother Mary. You will not destroy religion. And you know, even in Rome, the Vatican, they have an observatory. And the leader of the observatory in Rome says, it doesn't matter if there are extraterrestrials out there. We will get in contact with them. You know, even in the Bible, in some of the Gospels, I don't know which one, it says, Jesus said that in the house of my fathers there are many apartments. Something like this. Exactly. It will not destroy religion. Look, I am sure this planet was visited by beings from outer space. Now, if you would admit this just for a minute, you say, okay, but where did these visitors come from? What is their evolution? You can say, okay, they were visited or influenced by another solar system. Okay, and where did the other come from? You can continue this game for millions and millions of years. Finally, you arrive to a starting point where in every respect with religion, you say, here is God, here is creation. You will not lose your religion or you believe in God if you deal with extraterrestrials.
De acordo com a teoria da panspermia, temos um processo que se espalha e repete, um tipo de loop temporal que carrega a informação basal, diferenciando-se por frequências e densidades. Esses são os véus que impedem que os vejamos, mas eles sempre estiveram.
It's always there, definitely. Yeah.
Quais as novas escavações, quais as novas descobertas no Egito?
This is an endless story. You see, according to archaeology, the Great Pyramid was constructed by Khufu Cheops. That was about 2,500 BC. Khufu was a part of the 4th dynasty. But Khufu's father, Snorfu, and his grandfather, they came out directly of Stone Age. Now, every technology needs an evolution in technology. Evolution in technology goes slowly. You just don't have this. I am sure the humans made the pyramid, not the extraterrestrial. We did it. But the planning for it is too complicated for the time of Cheops. Today, they have discovered by modern radar methods at least 1 kilometer of shafts and rooms in the Great Pyramid. Shafts must be planned before you start the pyramid. The shafts are only a size like this, 15 centimeters on one side. The shafts are not big enough that we could climb in that. This is a question of planning, engineering planning, and it does not fit to Cheops' time. Now, there are old Arabian writers, for example, Ibrahim Abdul al-Masudi or al-Makrizi. They wrote, the Great Pyramid was constructed before the Great Flood and was made by a pharaoh with the name of Saurid. And then they say Saurid is the same figure which the Hebrew society calls Enoch. Now, Enoch again, he was taught by the extraterrestrials. He learned their language. They taught him some. Today, you all know the Greek historian Herodotus. Herodotus was in Egypt about roughly 450 BC. Herodotus wrote 2 books about Egypt. And in his second book of Histories, chapter 140-41, he says, the priest in Thebes is today's Luxor on the Nile, showed him 341 statues, one statue next to the other. And the high priest gave an explanation to every statue. And at the end, the high priest said, these statues represent 11,340 years. At that time, the gods from the firmament were here. Since that time, the gods have not returned. Now, Herodotus makes his statements 2,500 years from now on. He says 11,340 years, so we have to add the 2,500 years from now, means roughly 14,000 years. The same Herodotus says, a few lines later, under the Great Pyramid is a lake, a small sea. In the sea is a sarcophagus. The sarcophagus is covered with clear water. Egyptologists, they always said, Herodotus is telling here nonsense. It is not true with the 11,340 years. It is not true with the lake under the pyramid. In the meantime, they have found the lake. I was down there. I made films and photographs. There is a lake under the pyramid. There is a sarcophagus in there. We were there. So Herodotus was right with the lake. Why should he be wrong with the 11,340 years? At the moment, practically every half year, they discover new things inside the Great Pyramid and under the pyramid and under the Sphinx. But normally, this does not go to public. They don't want to go public. I asked one of the high Egyptologists, why not? Why are you afraid of public? Out of the public then come stupid speculations and stuff, and we don't want that. Why not? Let the people speculate. the final answer, the true, will come true anyhow. It doesn't matter. Speculations will die.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Estamos em 2017. Como podemos reescrever a história para os nossos jovens, para as futuras gerações, de uma forma coerente e lógica? Deixa a sua mensagem para o enigma.
History is history, and history is the past. And we have the past history, and many things of the past history is wrong because we did not understand it. We write it wrong down. But history is history. For me, history. Thousands of years ago, extraterrestrials were here. These extraterrestrials behaved themselves like ethnologists. They studied different tribes, they learned different language, they give information, they give help, they give some all kinds of stories to humans. Then they disappeared again with the promise, we will return in the future. And now they are here. This is history of the past. Concerning the future, I am absolutely sure mankind will get in contact with extraterrestrials. We will talk together, we will learn together, we will live together in peace. But we will lose maybe parts of our religion, but never God. We never lose God. So this is the future. But I'm not the prophet. I don't know what the future will be.
Gratidão. Eric, gratidão, uma honra enorme estar aqui.
Gratidão.
Oh,
Gratidão.
thank you. Whatever. Thank you.
Um dos maiores pesquisadores do renomado ERICK von Daniken, reconhecido mundialmente, deixa um legado para a humanidade.
Sem dúvida alguma.
Estamos vendo um novo tempo acontecer. Ele está ajudando a abrir os olhos para a história verdadeira do nosso planeta. Gratidão, Eric.
Well, I can, in Portuguese, I can only say obrigado.
Great.
Thank you.